Okay, so the last section here in under forces, movement, and changing shape is Hooke's law. Now, Hooke's law is basically the result of that experiment you guys did with the springs. So the relationship between the extension of an elastic object and the applied force is defined by Hooke's law. And Hooke's law says that the extension of an elastic object is directly proportional to the applied. The more force you apply, the more it is going to extend up to the limit of proportionality. Okay, so directly proportional means that as it increases, as the load increases, the extension will also increase. Now, the limit of proportionality is the point beyond which relationship between force and extension is no longer directly proportional. Okay, so depending on the material, there will come a point where you're going to apply load and it's not going to stretch any further. Have you ever stretched a spring further than it can stretch?
Yeah.
Just doesn't work, right? Just kind of stops.
Yeah.
Kind of gets stretched out. Okay?
Yeah.
So if we look at it on a graph, I'll give you this graph. That is a typewriter. I cannot send you something.
It mail it, but receive it. It is.
But I can't copy and paste. Okay, so if you look at that graph, we've got the linear region, and then where it starts to bend there, that's the limit of proportionality, and that becomes your nonlinear region. Okay? So an elastic is also the same. If you snap an elastic, it's because it has reached its limit of proportionality. Okay? So the elastic behavior is the ability of a material to recover its original shape. So if you jump on a trampoline, okay, have you ever seen like a dead trampoline where the springs are kind of like stretched out?
I mean, I can imagine it.
Okay, so basically that's inelastic deformation. So in elasticity, there is a deformation that happens when you pull the spring, right? But then when you let it go, you expect it to go back. But if you go past that limit of proportionality, sometimes what will happen is you'll stretch it so far that it will not come back. Okay? But other things we've got, we might have plastic, clay, glass. If I try to stretch glass, if I stretch my phone, it's going to break. Okay? I do not have a foldable screen. That's because my phone is not elastic. So that's basically Hooke's law.